Okay, following on from my review of the Panasonic GF3, I'm going to do a review against the Nikon P7000, which I currently have. Now, I've previously reviewed this, absolutely love it. I love the size, the controls, the display, the manual dials on it, the look of it, the image quality, all fantastic. However, the one small issue with the P7000 is it can be a little bit slow. Taking the photo, not so bad. It focuses nicely, takes the shot nicely, no issues there. But then you've got the excuse me, a fair delay writing to the card. So I thought I'd have a quick look at a mirrorless camera. So I've got myself a mirrorless camera, a Panasonic Lumix GF3. As I've said in my previous video, I've put some rubber on the front and back so you can actually hold it one hand and take a photo, whereas before it just sort of slipped out your hand. So other than that, standard camera with a standard 14-42 lens. So pros and cons. Well, the Lumix is fast. The autofocus is very snappy, takes the pictures quickly, writes to the card quickly. I don't find myself with any issues with speed on it at all. 14-42 lens, not a great deal of range, but I think you have to double it up, so it works out about 28 to 84 ish, or 29 to 85, something along those lines. Now the Coolpix has got a greater zoom range. I would say better video, even though it's only 720. It does seem to handle the video a little bit better than the GF3. Plus, I can put my external microphone into the Panasonic, into the Nikon. Now, the Nikon's obviously got lots of controls externally, lots of buttons, lots of functions, and it works really well. And I do love the layout and the look of it. It's got that sort of retro look. And also it's sort of, it's a P7000, I've got the D7000, it matches my camera. Now, the Lumix, on the other hand, has got the touchscreen. So it's got just one dial, which is actually a dial, a four-way rocker, and a menu set button in the middle. So you use a combination of the dial and the touchscreen. At first I wasn't sure about that, because I do like me dials for compensation and ISO, but I've set my function button to ISO. My Q menu, which is the quick menu, I can go in and change here from like center weighted, spot metering to multimetering, all nice and easy, all nice and quick. So I don't miss the dials, although I prefer the look. I don't miss them. My Nikon's got obviously the hot shoe, which I can mount my SB400 flash on, and a microphone if necessary, whereas you haven't got that on the GF3. So I've got to sell one of these because I can't afford to keep them both. And each time I use the camera I think, no, I'll keep this one. Then I use the Nikon, I think, no, I'll use this one. And what it's going to boil down to, the other thing is the Nikon's obviously got a viewfinder. It's not an EVF and it's not that great, but it is a viewfinder. Got a much nicer screen than the Panasonic. Seems to have more resolution, but it's that speed issue. It handles nicer, it's better in the hand, it's a nicer size. I mean, although it's bigger than the Panasonic, once you've got the lens on the Panasonic, obviously this goes down so you can get it in a nice, you can fit that in a nice small pocket, in a little pouch. With the bulky lens on the Lumix, it makes it bigger than the Coolpix. So I think I'm going to go for the speed and the speed demon of the two, which is the Lumix, and I think I'm going to sell the Nikon P7000. What I'd like to do is keep them both, but I literally can't afford it. Might be something I'll get again in the future. But I think I'm going to stick with the mirrorless for now, and see how we go with that. And I'm going to put the Nikon P7000 on eBay for sale. I'll do that today. and I can thoroughly recommend it for all the reasons I've mentioned previously. But for me, at the moment, I think I'm preferring the speed of the mirrorless camera. So anyway, I hope that's helpful to some people if they're deciding on what they want. And that's an unusual combination. But I'll throw up some pictures of both cameras and see what you think of the quality as well. You can look at them on my Flickr page, which is under the name Acrowatt. Image quality wise, I mean the P7000 is the best point and shoot I've ever had image quality wise, but I think the Lumix just about has it. Okay, thanks for that. Cheers, bye.